Sunday.
Tonight, The Late Show rocks with laughter. Join Dave, the very funny Drew Carey, and the rock and sound of Soul Asylum right after your local news next.
Coming up next, the $195 million Powerball numbers being drawn right now. We'll have them for you in just a few seconds. The amazing story of the man who fell from the upper level of the 59th Street Bridge and apparently will live to tell about it. The massive taxi protest that could foul up your morning commute, and the players suspended for last night. News 2 starts now.
It's time for News 2 at 11 with Dana Tyler, Stephen Clark, Ira Joe Fisher Weather, and Warner Wolf Sports.
It was a buying frenzy right up to the last minute tonight. People in 20 states, including Connecticut and the District of Columbia, stood in line for hours for a crack at the biggest lottery prize in U.S. history. Now, $195 million.
That's amazing.
Good evening. The Powerball numbers just this second have been picked.
And we're not going to make you wait. Here are the numbers chosen just a second ago. They are chosen in the Powerball drawing here. Drum roll, 9, please. 30, 48, 34, and the Powerball number 8. Now, we will give these numbers to you again. Once again, 9, 30, 34, 48, and the Powerball number 4 for $195 million. Excuse me, the Powerball number is 8. Your official odds of winning, 80 million to 1. Good luck. We will bring you these numbers again a little later in our newscast.
Now we have an amazing story tonight of a man who fell from the upper level of the 59th Street Bridge and landed on the hood of a car on the lower level. The man is in serious condition at Bellevue Hospital. He's alive tonight, though. That's where News 2 reporter Vince Dementri standing by live with details on this incredible story. Vince.
Hard to believe, but John Craig did not break a single bone during that fall. Right about now, you're probably saying to yourself, what in the world was he doing up there on the bridge? Was he trying to kill himself? Well, not on purpose. 29-year-old John Craig was taking pictures of his girlfriend during the morning rush when he fell off of the upper level of the 59th Street Bridge. An unsuspecting livery driver got the shock of his life when Craig smashed himself onto the hood of the car. So far, police aren't quite sure how that amateur photographer from Douglaston fell. The 59th Street Bridge doesn't have a pedestrian walkway. The lower level is wider than the top. And that's a good thing for Mr. Craig, because if not, he certainly would have died after falling more than 100 feet into the East River. Craig's girlfriend was not hurt, and neither was the livery driver. Thus far tonight, police have filed no charges. Live outside of Bellevue, I'm Vince Dementri, News 2.
Thank you, Vince. There could be trouble at the 59th Street Bridge in the morning. That's because taxi drivers begin a huge demonstration. But will Mayor Giuliani try to block the whole thing? News 2 reporter Michael Looney is live in Times Square with the latest on what the cab drivers plan on doing tomorrow. Michael.
Well, thousands of taxi drivers plan to take part in this bumper-to-bumper demonstration through the city tomorrow morning. Other cabbies plan to go on strike. This is all part of their ongoing battle with the mayor over regulations and working conditions. United by anger, but deeply divided over how best to fight the mayor's proposals to regulate their industry, taxi drivers plan to demonstrate tomorrow in several ways. Some will strike, others will protest, and still others will drive as usual. The Taxi Workers Alliance is calling for a second 24-hour strike starting at 5 a.m.
We believe that we will have another historical successful strike in the taxi industry of yellow cab drivers, and this time with full support of livery drivers.
Another group, led by the United Yellow Cab Drivers Association, plans to stage a bumper-to-bumper protest. Starting at 7 a.m., the cabs will drive over the 59th Street Bridge and down 5th Avenue and Broadway to City Hall, where they plan to deliver a memorandum to the mayor. The cabs will then take Broadway south to TLC headquarters at 40 Rector Street, where they will deliver another memorandum. Then it's up Church Street and 6th Avenue to Central Park South, where the protest will end. But not all cabbies will demonstrate. Here at Midtown Taxi, veteran driver Jay Schiff says the fleet's 500 drivers will be on the job tomorrow.
This has to be fought in the city council, and we're not going to disturb the city in any way, and we're going to give very good service to the public.
Tonight, the mayor's office says they're taking a wait-and-see approach to tomorrow, but the mayor has warned in this past week that any cabbies that disrupt traffic will be arrested and have their medallions taken away. Reporting live from Times Square, Michael O'Looney, News 2.
All right, thank you, Michael. There's been a lot of trouble on our streets tonight, nothing to do with cabs. It was because of the severe weather that passed through this evening. Emergency crews have been rescuing cars stuck in more than 3 feet of water on the Lower East Side. Workers spent the evening wading through streets trying to clean out debris from the storm drains. Underground, the subway system just couldn't handle the sudden surge of water. Flooding forced evacuations of 2 trains tonight. No one was hurt, but several subway lines are still delayed. Ira Joe will have more on the heavy rains and what to expect coming up in weather.
After violent protests that left more than 500 dead, Indonesia's President Suharto resigned tonight. It happened just an hour ago. Suharto appeared on nationwide television and read a letter of resignation, ending 32 years of rule with an iron fist. He was succeeded immediately by Vice President B.J. Habibie. He'll head an interim government until elections are held in about 6 months.
And yet another major story tonight, final goodbyes to Frank Sinatra. He was buried following a funeral service in Beverly Hills, attended by family and friends, a lot of them. News 2 reporter Jennifer Sabi was at the Good Shepherd Catholic Church.
Generations of celebrities came out to say goodbye to a singer whose career spanned generations. Gregory Peck, who delivered a remembrance of Frank Sinatra to a church full of his family and close friends. Liza Minnelli came. Tony Danza seemed to cry, and Tony Bennett, the singer Sinatra himself said was without peer, was chosen to sing at Sinatra's Mass. It was an invitation-only service, but fans without invitations came anyway, blocked off behind a fence across the street. But that was okay because it was one way to show their appreciation for an entertainer who touched them for years. On the streets of Beverly Hills, Bentleys and Rolls-Royces and limousines dropped the mortars off at the church. In the sky above it, a skywriter had drawn a heart, as if to say, thanks for the songs, Frank Sinatra. We loved them and you. Then after the ceremony, Sinatra's coffin began its final journey to his resting place, a cemetery near Palm Springs, next to both his mother and his father. In Beverly Hills, Jennifer Sabi, News 2.
The final campaign blitz is on in Northern Ireland as the countdown to Friday's peace vote draws closer. News 2 reporter Lou Young has the latest.
For most in Ireland, the peace vote is a leap of faith. Everyone has some doubts. Most, though, seem to be hoping for the best as they prepare to go to the polls. For many who are supporting the peace process, the train that runs between Belfast and Dublin offers a glimpse of a possible future. Some call it the peace train, and it started running 8 months ago when multi-party peace talks started. If the Belfast plan gains voter approval on Friday, it'll be the first in a series of cross-border enterprises re-establishing links between the Irish Republic and the 6 counties of Ulster that remain under British rule. Among those selling the deal today in Ulster, Richard Branson, the HIP CEO of Virgin Enterprises.
The bigger the victory, the better it is for the future of Northern Ireland.
The agreement reached to so much fanfare last month has provisions that trouble both sides. Protestants worry about security issues, especially the release of IRA operatives now in jail. Catholics find it hard to enact provisions that legitimize what they consider to be a phony state carved out of their country. Here in New York, Martin Galvin has spent much of his life fighting for the Republican cause. He says the agreement's a mistake.
Isn't it worth taking a chance, though?
It's worth taking a chance on a lottery ticket and hoping that you'll win $1 million. But if you better go to work that day if you want to be able to support yourself.
Martin Galvin appears, though, to be in the minority. His former allies in Sinn Féin, the IRA's political arm, support the peace plan. Most of the campaign effort tonight is being exerted in behalf of the hearts and minds of the Protestants in the North. I'm Lou Young, News 2.
Just ahead on News 2, we'll take you on a shopping spree for hot designer clothes at a price you can afford. Find out the secrets to buying the wardrobe you've always wanted. Then, new information on why some people could be at risk to become an alcoholic. We'll bring you the latest medical findings. And later, Godzilla's terrorizing Manhattan while there's fear and loathing in Las Vegas. Lisa G's got all the summer movie hits just ahead on News 2.
News 2, sponsored by Seagate. Information the way you want it.
We're lost.
We're not lost.
The ceremony's in 20 minutes and we're lost.
We're not lost.
We're not gonna make it.
You act like you're getting married or something.
Oh, that's really funny.
You're gonna have to go moving.
It's my wedding day, and now I'm a shepherd. Excuse me? Excuse me? Sorry. Do you know where the Loch Ochre Church is?
Loch Ochre?
Ah, Loch Ochre. It's not far.
This is the way?
Rob Roy was born right there. He had his cave on the hills
love Rob
above
Roy.
the church.
So it's not too far.
Oh, that's where the entire water supply for Glasgow comes from.
Sometimes you can still
Excuse
hear
me.
his cries.
Church?
The Loch.
There's only one important piece of information in the world, the one you want. And getting the information you want is simple with Seagate hardware and software. Seagate, information the way you want it.
There's more evidence tonight that alcoholism is a genetic disease you inherit from your parents. Researchers have found what they believe are the genetic neighborhoods related to alcoholism. The challenge now is to locate the specific genes. The discovery could lead to ways of identifying young people at risk of alcoholism and providing better prevention and treatment.
Millions of beepers are still beep-less tonight because of a broken satellite. The major concern is for doctors and their patients. Doctors are having to rely on the old-fashioned public address paging systems in their hospitals, as well as the old standby telephone to keep in touch with patients. Other satellites are being used in place of the broken one, but it's going to take a week to restore service to everyone.
New $20 bills are rolling off the presses in Washington. The Treasury Department unveiled the new bills today. They're designed to make it harder on counterfeiters with a watermark and color-shifting ink that looks green or black from different angles. The new 20s will be phased in this fall.
Do you dream of wearing designer clothing but just can't afford those high designer prices? Now there's a way you can get the high-end clothing at a fraction of the cost. In a special report tonight, News 2's Lisa Cooley shows us how.
Ever been to a consignment shop? You know, stores that sell previously owned clothing. You might think it's nothing but somebody else's worn out duds. But these days, designer resale shops are becoming more popular and even including clothing that have never been worn. And the good news is it's all at a terrific discount. We begin our bargain shopping spree at Kavanaugh's on East 49th Street. It's mainly upscale women's fashions here.
This Valentino jacket, for example, you could wear any bottom with it, black, gray, navy, white for summer. It probably retailed for about $1,800. At Kavanaugh's, it is $280.
Mary Kavanaugh spent years as a personal shopper for 2 high-end department stores. Now, as shopkeeper, she splits profits with the seller and sets policy.
They have to be in perfect condition. They have to be dry cleaned. They have to be classics.
So maybe you're not interested in necessarily a full outfit, but you like to accessorize what you already have. Take a look at this Chanel scarf. Gorgeous, right? And it's just $160. And sometimes the resale store has a sale.
And that's the best value of all. I do it at the end of the season. The owner has a choice of leaving it here. Everything gets marked down 50%.
If you're more downtown than uptown, Out of Our Closet on West 18th Street may be just for you. More than a third of the items here are new, and more than half of the clothing is for men.
I'm kind of like a replacement for Barney's New York, where you can get high-end designer goods or mainstream goods at about a third of the price.
Owner Taryn Fisher offers the atmosphere of an intimate boutique. She also features upscale men's shoes here at far from upscale prices. Another interesting thing about some of the clothing here, it was intended for the movies.
People who are in the movies, they have to buy a run of inventory, and what they don't use, they'll bring to me.
If you want to be a little more daring, head a little further downtown to Tokyo 7 on East 7th Street in the Village. The clothes here tend to be more outrageous. They're also more casual.
They're looking for some designers' clothes or funky stuff, interesting stuff, unusual stuff.
But no matter what your taste or style, more and more shoppers are finding they can make a fashion statement without severely damaging their bank statement. I'm Lisa Cooley, News 2.
Coming up next tonight, the Fleet's in. We'll tell you all about Fleet Week in New York and how you can visit the giant warships.
Also, is it going to be a sunny holiday weekend ahead? Ira Joe has your 5-day forecast.
And from Godzilla to Johnny Depp's new movie, Lisa G tells us what's happening this weekend in entertainment. All next.
Closed captioning on News 2 brought to you by the Toyota Camry. #1 selling car in America. Toyota, every day.
At Syms, our prices are always lower than department store prices, even when department stores are on sale.
Syms has more current styles of brand and designer names you must know than any off-price store in America.
Why wait for a sale?
Senator J. Bullworth thought he was ending it all.
I'm not dead by Monday morning. I'm going to stop payment on that check.
Instead, it was the beginning of a whole new life.
People got their problems, the haves and the have-nots, but the ones that make me listen pay for 30-second spots.
That speech was fat.
Bullworth is the most intelligent comedy of the decade. Savagely funny.
Senator took your car.
Dude took my car?
And furiously original.
I'm incredibly frightened.
Bullworth, rated R. Now playing in New York and Los Angeles, Friday everywhere.
When your muffler makes a racket, Meineke prices are music to your ears.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
I guarantee it. Tonight, there's a whole Lotto Late Show fun.
That seems a little optimistic to me.
With Biff's basketball playoff update.
How many times has Dennis Rodman kicked you in the groin?
And Drew's night out.
Hey, give me a pizza and a couple porno movies. All right.
All tonight on this Other Person Than Dave show, where everyone's a winner.
So apparently this story does have a happy ending.
News 2 weather sponsored by Toyota. Every day.
This Memorial Day weekend, you can count on Toyota for big savings and great values like low financing. 1.9% financing on a new Corolla. 1.9% financing makes all that Corolla value even more affordable. Or get a great lease on Camry, only $229 a month with many options included. This Memorial Day weekend, there are so many ways to save. But it's almost over. The time to count on Toyota is now.
And everyday people.
Give a big salute to Fleet Week, which is officially underway tonight. Take a look at a live picture right here of the ships, which you can see the lights down there, all docked near the Intrepid on the west side of Manhattan. The Eagle, a Coast Guard ship, led the way into port earlier today. The aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy also weighing anchor with the fireboat shooting sprays of colorful water. She's enormous, this ship, at 23 stories tall, more than 1,000 feet long. You can tour the ships this Memorial Day weekend. They'll be in town, open to the public until Tuesday, the 26th.
And the sailors will be all over Manhattan enjoying all the sights, and we hope they have a sunshiny weekend.
Looks like it.
Thunderstorms late this evening.
Oh, rowdy thunderstorms. In fact, we're going to do a little mopping up right now. Let's look at our TV screen together, shall we? We'll take a look at the evening storms. Large hail, 3/4 of an inch in diameter, West Nyack and in lower Manhattan, and even larger hail over Hoboken. Some hail reported in Hudson County, New Jersey as well. Heavy downpours, Monmouth and Mercer and Ocean counties in New Jersey, and heavy downpours, Rockland, Westchester, Orange, as well as extending out onto Long Island, Nassau and Suffolk counties, and also in Fairfield County. And late reports, New Haven also had some thunderstorms. Here's the deal. The radar, rather than going pretty much from west to east or off to the northeast, these storms started in central New York State and then raked south-southeast across our region. You see some still off and over the open ocean, and some lighter showers happening right now in the Camden area, down Philadelphia way too, in southern New Jersey as well. So that's in the offing for tonight. Slowly our sky is going to clear. Right now the temperature, nice, refreshing, 64. Humidity still a tad high. Might see some brief patches of wispy fog outside your window. The winds are calm, and that barometer is steady, 29.74 inches. So for tonight, partly cloudy, but completely night. We'll see temperatures sliding back generally in the 60s. Closer to the water, we'll see lows in the 50s. And then tomorrow, abundant sunshine, and I'm happy to report, for those of you that have found it for the past few hours, oppressive, lower humidity tomorrow. And we'll see temperatures rising in the daytime about where they were in the city and along the coast today. Cooler inland and cooler for the next couple of days just about everywhere. But first, let's look across the country. We're not going to really encounter any rain until we get to the Rockies. So if you don't want rain, don't go through the Rockies on your way home tonight after the news. That's assuming you're not watching it at home. Here's our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, partly sunny, breezy, high of 80. Look at Friday, only 71, lots of sunshine. Saturday, lots of sunshine and 75. A few more clouds on Sunday and variable clouds on Monday with a high of 79 degrees. When is the next time it will rain? Oh, come on, we just got finished with an evening of rain. I don't know the answer to that. As soon as we find it out, we'll tell you, though. We'll have wake-up weather for you a little bit later. Dana, Stephen?
Yeah, we call tonight a frog choker.
That kind of a downpour.
That was a big one.
Gully washer.
Yeah, thanks.
Looking for a fun way to spend your holiday weekend? Look no further. It's time for Lisa G and What's Happening.
So what costs $100 million, takes up a good part of your backyard, and gets everyone's attention? No, it's not your new barbecue you've set up for this Memorial Day weekend. Get ready, because it's Godzilla.
That's right. It's officially the start of summer, and that means the big blockbuster movies are coming through, starting with Godzilla, who this time has his sights set on destroying New York City. There's also a soundtrack to go along. No, Godzilla does not sing.
I want me to go to Las Vegas at once. Make contact with a Portuguese photographer named Lacerda.
Johnny Depp is back on the screen in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the famed account of Hunter Thompson's wild times as a journalist in the early 70s. This movie, too, has a soundtrack. When it comes to just the facts in a crime scene, there's nothing more chilling than the pictures taken. At NYU's Gray Art Gallery, you can view police pictures, the photograph as evidence. A history of mugshots from the 19th century to LAPD photos shown at the O.J. trial.
4 days to leave a life and take up another.
Tony Award-winning actress Jane Alexander is back on the Broadway stage in Honor, the story of a middle-aged woman whose husband leaves her for a younger woman.
This is a theme that soap operas deal with daily, but to then take it into the theater and kind of heighten it and focus it more directly and stylize it is very interesting.
In record stores this week, the new single from teen singing sensations Brandy and Meineke called The Boy Is Mine. Singer Jewel is out with her first book of poetry called A Night Without Armor and has an audio version to go along with it.
And it's the 40th anniversary of the Frisbee and the hula hoop. Thousands are going to jam Central Park this weekend to try to break the Guinness record for Frisbees in the air at one time and for people hooping it up in their hula hoops. I'm Lisa G, and that's what's happening.
I can't do either one of them. If you have suggestions for Lisa G, here's her email address, cbs2ny.com. That's Lisa G at cbs2ny.com.
So not an expert of the hula hoop, huh?
No.
All right. Still ahead, the other shoe drops after last night's big fight between the Yankees and the Orioles.
And were they throwing pitches or punches tonight? Warner has the latest coming up.
Because of all the frustration.
Tomorrow on News 2 at 5, can you be friends with your ex?
We're a lot better friends than we were boyfriend-girlfriend.
Breaking up is hard to do, but if you want to keep talking after the relationship ends, watch us at 5. News 2's Sari Locker tells you how to turn an ex-lover into a friend. Plus, a killer disease you seldom hear about. 250,000 people have it. What is it, and how do you know if you can get it? Tomorrow on News 2 at 5.
The all-new Passport from Honda. Not only is it easy to look at, but with shift-on-the-fly four-wheel drive, it'll be easy going in tough weather. The new 205-horsepower V6 engine will easily handle mountain roads. And the air conditioning, power windows, and door locks, and 6-speaker AM/FM stereo cassette will make it easy to get used to. But the best part is how easy it'll be on your wallet. Lease a Passport 4-wheel drive LX for $299 a month for 36 months and a $2,000 down payment. Now, wasn't that easy?
Hello?
Helga Long, are you responsible for our being on Delta Dental?
Yes.
Come to my office right now.
You know that group dental plan you put us on? Well, check out our spring cleaning.
Smile, you're on Delta Dental. It's hassle-free.
How about the video coming? Explain. What's what? It's museo. The savings, I say the savings will leave you speechless.
Beep, beep.
Chrysler and Plymouth announces the Owner's Bonus Sale. These unbeatable savings are also extended to all GM loyalty coupon holders and Ford appreciation coupon holders. Select customers save $2,000 on Plymouth Neon, $2,000 on Chrysler Cirrus, and $500 to $1,500 on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and Convertible. And when you choose our low APR rates, you still get the extra $500 Owner's Bonus. The Chrysler and Plymouth Owner's Bonus Sale. For a limited time only at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
In our Money Watch, a late surge on Wall Street. At the final bell, the Dow Jones average was up almost 117 points. The S&P 500 index gained 9.5 points. But the NASDAQ Composite Index lost more than 14 points. Now it's time to get the latest on the markets in Asia and the Pacific, where it's midday Thursday. As always, Bloomberg's Dawn Mattis joins us from Tokyo.
In Thursday trading here in Japan, stocks are gaining for the 4th straight day. At mid-morning at the Tokyo Exchange, the Nikkei average is up 1%. Automakers are cruising higher after Honda and Toyota announced record profits on strong sales in the U.S. and Europe. Down under, the All Ordinaries in Australia is up 0.5%. Bank shares are the main gainers, getting a lift from lower bond yields. Reporting from the Bloomberg offices in Tokyo, I'm Dawn Mattis for News 2.
And Warren Wolf has a stock tip. Invest in the Yankees. What a team.
That's right, Stephen. 30-9 the Yankees. 32,000 at the stadium. Yanks beat the Orioles 9-6. Hideki Irabu 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs. His earned run average is 1.40. Derek Jeter, a single, double, triple. Little did we know, but this home run in the 6th inning by Scott Brocious put the Yanks ahead 7-2, and that turned out to be the winning run. Now, top of the 2nd, Hideki facing Mike Bordick. Wait a minute. He hits him. Wait, a fight? No. Top of the 5th, Hideki hits Brady Anderson. Another fight? No. Instead, Hideki pitching so hard, he breaks his belt. Come on, get him out of there. 9-6 Yanks. Before the game, 5 guys suspended from last night's game. Darryl Strawberry, 3 games for being overly aggressive and hitting Benitez right there. Graham Lloyd suspended 3 games for punching Benitez right here. Jeff Nelson, 2 games for prolonging the fight. Benitez, 8 games for purposely throwing at Tino. And Alan Mills, 2 games for this punch on Darryl Strawberry. So 5 guys suspended. Now here's what upset Tino. 3 years ago, when he was still with Seattle, after a grand slam by Edgar Martinez, Benitez hit Tino in the same place. Last night, 3 years later, after Bernie's home run, same deal. Tino, bruised back, did not play tonight. He is day-to-day. A few years ago, I spoke to 5 former players, including 4 Hall of Famers, about hitting batters and being hit by a pitch.
I'll be truthful, I knocked guys down, but they expected it. Guy hit a home run, and the next time he came up, I brushed him back.
You just didn't intimidate a guy by knocking him down. There were a few guys that you could intimidate, so you would knock them down, and then you wouldn't have to worry about them the rest of the game.
If any manager ever told me to stick a ball in a hitter's ear, no matter who it was, I'd never knock anybody down.
After I hit a home run, I kind of sneaked around the bases and didn't let the pitchers know I had hit a home run.
Once in a while, they would get mad. Especially like in 60, when Roger hit 61 home run, I hit 54 right behind him, and there was some mad guys out there when I came up a lot of times. Most of the time, early in my career, though, I used to bunt a lot, you know, and I could outrun anybody. I used to have that drag bunt, and that would make the pitchers mad. And if I bunted and got on and stole second and scored, it really made them mad. And then the next time I come up, they would throw at my knees, you know, and make me jump back, always trying to. But I like that better than getting beaned.
Problem is today, designated hitter. You can't throw at the other pitcher. Only 12,000 at Shea tonight. The Mets bullpen died, lost to the Reds 8-6. Let's go to the videotape. Bottom of the 5th, after Baerga tied it. Brian McRae, 4 hits tonight. 2-run homer, put the Mets ahead, but Turner sets off there. Reds 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Mets lose 8-6. Red Sox won tonight. Pedro Martinez now 5-0. The Cardinals hit 4 home runs, but McGuire didn't play and rested. Can you imagine if you bought a ticket to that game expecting him to play? Come on, boo. All right, let's go to the videotape. Today's 7th race at Belmont. Number 7, Spendable on the inside. Number 11, Hardy's Halo on the outside. Spendable inside, Hardy's Halo outside. Hardy's Halo 48-1 by a neck, paying $9.